asked the master with a strong accent on the auxiliary verb. "Sorrow a no, I knows," said the man. "It must have been the devil, then, after all, who has been here and carried them off," cried Seaforth, staring full into Barney's face. Mr. Maguire was not devoid of the superstition of his countrymen, still he looked as if he did not quite subscribe to the sequitur. His master read incredulity in his countenance. "Why, I tell you, Barney, I put them there, on that armchair, when I got into bed, and by heaven, I distinctly saw the ghost of the old fellow they told me of come in at midnight, put on my pantaloons, and walk away with them." "Maybe so," was the cautious reply. "I thought, of course, it was a dream, but then, where the devil are the breeches?" The question was more easily asked than answered. Barney renewed his search, while the lieutenant folded his arms and, leaning against the toilet, sunk into a reverie. "After all, it must be some trick of my laughter-loving cousins," said Seaforth. "Ah, then the ladies," chimed in Mr. Maguire, though the observation was not addressed to him. "And will it be Miss Caroline or Miss Fanny that stole your honour's things?" "I hardly know what to think of it," pursued the bereaved lieutenant, still speaking in soliloquy, with his eye resting dubiously on the chamber door. "I locked myself in, that's certain, but there must be some other entrance to the room. Pooh! I remember, the private staircase. How could I be such a fool?" And he crossed the chamber to where a low oaken door-case was dimly visible in a distant corner. He paused before it. Nothing now interfered to screen it from observation, but it bore tokens of having been at some earlier period concealed by tapestry, remains of which yet clothed the walls on either side of the portal. "This way they must have come," said Seaforth. "I wish with all my heart I had caught them." "Oh, the kittens!" sighed Mr. Barney Maguire. But the mystery was yet as far from being solved as before. True, there was the other door, but then that, too, on examination, was even more firmly secured than the one which opened on the gallery. 2 heavy bolts on the inside effectually prevented any coup de main on the lieutenant's bivouac from that quarter. He was more puzzled than ever, nor did the minutest inspection of the walls and floor throw any light upon the subject. One thing only was clear: the breeches were gone. "It is very singular," said the lieutenant. Tappington, generally called Tapton Everard, is an antiquated but commodious manor house in the eastern division of the county of Kent. A former proprietor had been high sheriff in the days of Elizabeth, and many a dark and dismal tradition was yet extant of the licentiousness of his life and the enormity of his offences. The glen which the keeper's daughter was seen to enter, but never known to quit, still frowns darkly as of yore, while an ineradicable bloodstain on the oaken stair yet bids defiance to the united energies of soap and sand. But it is with one particular apartment that a deed of more especial atrocity is said to be connected. A stranger guest, so runs the legend, arrived unexpectedly at the mansion of the bad Sir Giles. They met in apparent friendship, but the ill-concealed scowl on their master's brow told the domestics that the visit was not a welcome one. The banquet, however, was not spared. The wine-cup circulated freely, too freely perhaps, for sounds of discord at length reached the ears of even the excluded serving-men as they were doing their best to imitate their betters in the lower hall. Alarmed, some of them ventured to approach the party.